welcome to this Friday. We're down here at Orlando International Airport in Orlando, Florida. That is Spirit Airlines A320 inbound. Thank you all for being here. Should be a fun day. We got some special liveries, got some heavy jets. So stay tuned. Thank you all for being here today.
Got the nuclear power plant there in the background. We'll try to point out the new airlines we get today. Several special liveries should be coming in. Unfortunately, the WestJet Disney liveries I was hoping would come in today are not, but we got some other things coming in today, like this Jetlines Flight 206 coming in from Toronto. And we'll try to point out some of the landmarks that you can see from up here too. It's about 80 degrees down here in Central Florida today. Haven't been down here in quite some time. My wife and I got engaged at Disney World. I think it was about the last time we came down here was our honeymoon. So it's been a few years. Nice to be back down here in Orlando. Got an Air Canada Rouge Airbus A320 taxiing over to 18 left. Maybe we'll go over to the side of the garage. We got a little better views of that runway, but the international heavies and whatnot that'll be coming in later today will be coming in on this side. Also got a United 777 that'll be coming in on the right side, so we should get some nice shots of that. Several special liveries today. So stay tuned. Definitely a crazy week. A lot of the final reviews and things like that for school I had this week. We had our work Christmas party this week. Had some pretty nasty weather the first half of the week, so I wasn't able to get to Cleveland or Columbus to do any spotting. But came down here for today. Tomorrow we got a Atlas 747 that'll be coming into Cleveland, so we'll go up there and get that. And the Columbus Crew are playing an MLS Cup. They're playing the LA Football Club tomorrow afternoon, so we'll keep an eye on CMH too to see if we get anything coming in for that. Crew had an amazing comeback against Cincinnati last weekend. Silver Wings Flight 66 inbound from Fort Lauderdale wearing the Summer of Love livery on this ATR 72. Got a light rail passing through. Got Delta lining up for the runway with American landing in the background. It's like an Airbus A321. I'll lose it behind the building here. I went down a level to see if I could find if one of the lower levels went closer to that side, but I couldn't see where it did. It's like a United 757-300. I didn't do a rental car this time just because I'm only going to be down here for a couple of hours, but I definitely would recommend if you want to get around the area, you definitely would want to have a rental car. Wish I had a little more zoom today. I almost brought the Nikon P1000. That would definitely have the zoom to do it. But without bringing a tripod, it's not it's not the best for holding it stable, but nice to get a good picture of the Silver Air Summer 11 special livery down here in the Sunshine State. Warm and humid down here today, just as you would expect for Florida. Maybe not for December, but definitely on the warm side today. Slight chance of showers. But even back at home, it wasn't too bad. It was about 50 degrees when I left Cleveland this morning. Lots of wildlife down here. Trying to see if these are eagles. Merritt Island is off to my right, as well as the Kennedy Space Center. I think it's just blocked by the building, but that's a very large national wildlife refuge. So you see a lot of animals down here, including alligators. Not uncommon to see them in the lakes down here. Hey, look at this. We got a special livery pushing back. Trolls. Southwest Airlines special livery. Saw this one in Cleveland a few weeks ago. Still mad I didn't make it over to Heartland in time to get it on 6 left. But we got it up from the garage. Kind of been moving the 1-7 arrivals all the way over to 1-7 left, which is way kind of out in the distance. Hopefully that's not going to be permanent with the heavies that'll be coming in here in a little bit. But here's the Trolls livery taxiing over to runway 18 left for departure.
Can you go Bravo 4, Bravo for the Juliet? 4 Bravo, hold for the Juliet. We can do that under flight 4944. Sector 2742, continue Charlie to the end. Sorry, stand, sector 52742. Follow Southwest when you get down there. 2742.
Canada Rouge 1604 touching down on runway 18 right. They are inbound from Toronto. Came over to this side of the garage. I just figured we'll spot over here, and then if anything comes in on the left side, we'll go over and get it. It seems like most of the departures have been over here. This is the side of the airport where the westbound flights come in on and go out on, and the other side is the eastbound flights. If you look in the background, you'll see the Orlando Eye. And then you might get a glimpse of Universal Studios and SeaWorld in the background, the roller coasters out there. Disney's out that way too. I don't think we're quite high enough to see Disney since all their structures are pretty low. But you can definitely see them from the plane. Frontier 2742 heading to Philly. Looks like the next rocket launch is scheduled for Sunday, weather depending. Unfortunately, we won't be here for that. I was hoping it would be today. Probably go home and freeze tomorrow. Southwest 2761, the Trolls livery heading to Providence. I think there's a joke in there somewhere, the Trolls in Providence. I'll let you write it down below. It's like a United 737 MAX 9 heading out. United as usual, paying for the whole runway. Delta Airlines 1576, 757, 200 touching down from Atlanta. So got an alert that there are some T-38s that will be coming into Cleveland for the weekend. I don't know if they're coming in today or tomorrow. I'm hoping they come in tomorrow. But they're probably going to do the flyover for the Browns game on Sunday. So we'll probably go up to Cleveland Sunday morning and get those taken off and doing their thing again, just like we did a couple of weeks ago. The weather's not looking great for the weekend, so we'll see how that goes. And tomorrow looks like it should be okay, chance of rain, but Sunday, you know, kind of going back and forth between rain and snow. We'll see what the forecast is. Delta 757. This might be in the metallic red and blue one. I saw that was here today. Can't really tell. Just noticed that the color looks a little bit more washed than usual, so I'm wondering if this is that metallic red and blue one. Frontier Airlines 4838 A320neo inbound from Indianapolis. Imagine this is the vacation capital of the country, if not the world. Lots of low-cost airlines down here. Everyone coming in for Universal Studios and Disney World. I'm not gonna lie, I had to pass the bus, the side up to go over to the two theme parks. It was so tempting. I want to go to Universal and ride a Velocicoaster at some point. Being this close, it's killing me. Of course, go back to Disney as well. Someday. Next couple of years, hopefully. All right, Amerijet Flight 881. It's a 767 freighter coming in from Newark. First of several heavy jets we should have today. Meanwhile, on the closer runway, we have a Frontier A320neo. Looks like it's going to be taking off. They'll probably pass us here in a minute. Looks like Al the Roadrunner. Bahamas Air Flight 487 inbound from Nassau. 737-700. I thought I read where the 17 left was closed, but definitely not. Still, it's fun to see all of these Central and Latin American airlines and the Caribbean airlines. It's pretty cool. There should be LATAM Airlines 4406. Inbound from Bogota, Colombia. Starting to get into the international rush down here in Orlando. Got a Virgin Airlines A330 that'll be coming in here in the next few minutes. British Airlines or British Airways 777, a United 777. All coming in the next 20-30 minutes or so. Avianca Flight 202 inbound from Medellin.
Negative traffic, looking for it to attack to 108. This is going to maintain 1,800 traffic, so we'll back off in about 1 hour, and getting 2,100. Descend and maintain 1,800 to avoid traffic to attack 108. Yes, in the flight 11 o'clock and a half now. Yes, I do have a mistake. I'm going to descend a little bit more to attack 108. Maintaining 1,800. Traffic is no factor anymore to attack 108.
Southwest Flight 3234 inbound from Philly. 737 MAX 8. And I got all my notifications after I landed. One of the things I noticed, or that I received, was rumors that Shohei Ohtani might sign today. Rumors that he might go to the Toronto Blue Jays for $600 million a year. Of course, that we'll probably know for sure once the video is posted, but man, $600 million to play baseball. That's just crazy. Flying Pencil. United Airlines 757-300 heading over to runway 18 right for departure. There's a Spirit A321 in the background that's departing as well. Like I said 18, I mean 17 right. 17 right. The gaggle of Southwest in the foreground. No Southwest special liveries, at least as of now, doing other than the Trolls. Of course, that could change. The thing about some of the airlines that they change aircraft so often, you never know. And then behind the United is this Delta Airlines Airbus A330. Delta Airlines A330. I'm used to saying A320, okay? We won't get a good shot of them taking off, but we'll at least get them lining up. Wish I could just go up a level. Actually, this flight might go to the other runway. I think most of the Delta flights have been taxiing all the way around and going out on the other runway, so we actually might get this departing. Yeah, that is definitely going to be taxiing over to the other side, so we'll get it departing. Silver Air Flight 61, the Flying Flamingo, inbound from Pensacola. Very common sight down here at all the Florida airports is Silver Air. See, I watch a lot of Captain Steve's videos over in Tampa and see them all the time. I know when I started out, I took a lot of inspiration out of my channel, or on my channel, out of Captain Steve's videos. Does a really nice job out there at TPA. What if he'll let me borrow their hockey team if we ever go over there? Because ours is not very good. Gonna have to make a tough choice here in a minute with the Virgin and United heavies coming in around the same time, as well as a Delta departure. So we'll probably move back over to the other side to get the Delta departure and a United 777. But luckily it's not too far of a walk. Delta asked for a couple of minutes, so we might have enough time. Virgin Atlantic Flight 77 Lima inbound from Manchester. Airbus A330. Posted the schedule for next year's air shows on my Instagram page. If you haven't checked it out already, hopefully we'll make at least 75% of those. Got some really cool things we're looking forward to next year. heavy jets, United 2340, 777 inbound from Chicago. And a Delta is flight 1030 to A330, be heading to Atlanta. This should be November 777 Uniform Alpha, the first 777 to enter service. The Delta A330 photobombed, heading north to Atlanta. So anyways, back to the 777. It should be November 777 Uniform Alpha, which was the first 777 to go into commercial service for launch customer United Airlines. This aircraft was in the Battleship Gray livery when it was first unveiled. And it is the flagship aircraft for United Airlines. At least it was for a long time. And a lot of their advertisements and stuff like that. Still is in a lot of their advertisements for 777s. N777UA. Pretty historically significant aircraft. Saw it at Dulles earlier this year. Glad to see it again. The 777 is holding short of the America West retro livery, which I think is going to taxi over to the other side of the airport and depart over there. It was one of the newest A321 repaints for American when they changed their retros from A319s to A321s in the last few months. So it's going to go over to the other side of the airport, so we'll get it over there here in a minute. I was kind of hoping it would take off on this runway, but I think it's heading to Philly, so it'll probably take off over there. American Airlines Flight 1311, the America West Retro A321 heading to Philly. Riding on runway 17 right. Are you a fan of the retro liveries on the A319, or are you more a fan of the A321? So kind of a little background, all the US Airways mergers are on the Airbus aircraft, and all of the airlines that merge with American are on the Boeing 737. I lose it in the building. At a Delta Airlines 757-300, a flying pencil heading over to the other side, runway 18 left. T-38s did land in Cleveland today. So I was hoping it'd come in tomorrow with the 7-4, but at least we'll get the 747 tomorrow, and then on Sunday we'll go up and get everything. Weather depending, of course. We'll see. If the weather's decent, maybe we'll do a live stream depending on what runway they're using, but I think it's supposed to rain. We'll see. Got a Caribbean Airlines 737. I like the tail logo. It looks like an origami swan. It's a pretty livery. I like that. Just wish I could see that runway a little bit better. Alright, we got a special livery inbound. JetBlue Flight 1923. It's the Peacock livery inbound from DCA. I love black aircraft. It looks so cool.
Contact departure, good day. Good taxi out, 178, taxi golf 1 short of golf. Golf 1 short of golf, 17 right, southwest England. And American 1005, we do have our numbers now. 1005 Roger, your release time now is 01, void 04. That will remain short of golf 1.
The Southwest 737 MAX. Last I heard, the MAX 7 certification, one point I heard it's supposed to be in November, but now they're saying April of 2024. And I know the MAX 10 was finally cleared to begin its flight certifications for the FAA. So hopefully we'll see those go into service pretty soon as well. Alaska 737-900, or sorry, 737, Alaska 737 MAX 9 pulling into its gate. Just got an alert that there is a 777 diverting into Cleveland due to an emergency, some sort of fuel problem. So we got a 777 and a 238s today. Usually how it works, right? But hey, we got the first 777 today. The first one to go into service is sitting back there in the background, so it could be worse. Blue touching down from Boston. Airbus A320. So we might have a light shower move through here in the next half hour or so, so we'll keep an eye on that. And we got a couple more special liveries and heavy jets that'll be moving in too. Would love if one of those Boeing business jets or the Nationals back there would take off. We'll see how the day goes, but I'm hoping to wrap up with a UPS MD-11. I should be coming in around 5:30 before we got to go back in to check in for our flight. Hopefully that leaves on time so we can go get that one. Delta Airlines Flight 652 and Airbus A321neo inbound from LAX. Country 345 inbound from Minneapolis. Let's take a little 10-minute break just to get off my feet for a minute while we had not too much going on. I was actually looking at trying to book the flight on the 777 to O'Hare, then go back to Cleveland that way, but a little bit rich for my blood. And no window seats, that would have been the whole point. 777 is leaving about 4:30. Right now it's about 3, a little after 3 o'clock. Delta Airlines 2219 757-300 heading to Minneapolis. I hear that's a good place to spot, maybe someday. Where the Pan Am Games come into Cleveland next summer. That might bring us some international travel, so we'll have to look for that coming in next July.